Welcome to episode 52 of Tough Talks with Thili and Dablock.
One motherfucking year worth.
One whole year we've been here banging your ears with the facts and our opinions from WWE.
Yeah.
I got myself a little enlightenment twisted up. I'm gonna spark that in a ceremonious celebration. I feel like I should pull a Stone Cold, call in for the brewski. Fill that up, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Thrown to you, smash it together with another one.
Mm-hmm.
Light them both at the same time, pull them both in one draw.
You see it. It's how it goes. So, do we want to start and play that song and then go into the Raw, or do you want to save the songs for the end?
Let's save the songs for the end. We did that last weekend.
All right, cool, yeah. All right, so, yeah, how was your 5 days? Because that's the last time we did Tough Talks.
Yeah. It was good. It's been the same as it has been. Everything's still crazy. Still just, working the door at the bakery a lot. Baking once a week, too. And, yeah, that's about it for me, Just been lazy. How about you, brother?
Bro, I have, last week alone, I must have did, 3 to 5 songs. I did a video. This week I've been working on a video with my boy Zach Burry. You know what I mean? We went out to film some parts for a video called Stand Together that we're doing.
Nice.
Yeah, did a little bit of a photo shoot with the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Saw those pics.
Yeah, man. Just been going around and playing some music. By the way, if you haven't seen me in your city with my title yet, don't worry. It'll happen. It'll happen. I've made it my mark. I'm gonna try and hit up the central Niagara region. So that's St. Catharines, Welland, Thorold, Port Colborne kind of thing. And then, after that, I'm gonna expand. I'm expand and see, someone offered to body slam me the other day. I was like, the dude walks up, he's like, at first we walked past him, he was like, bam, bam, and I'm like, what the fuck? Then he was like, hey, it's the big show. And I'm like, this guy's a serious wrestling fan right now.
He was calling you Bam Bam Bigelow. That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
So on the way back after taking the pictures and everything, he's like, so, can I body slam you? I was like, sorry, bro, the champ gets to do the body slamming.
It's like I'm Hulk Hogan with it. I ain't putting nobody over.
You know what I mean? Straight up. Straight up. Oh man. Oh Lee. But
That's
yeah.
fucking good shit.
It was fun times, man. Fun times.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah. Let's get into this, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, Raw started not this past Monday, but Monday, June 22nd, with Dolph Ziggler challenging the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, we were all hoping for some real exciting feuds for Drew's title. So far, we've had the Big Show and Dolph Ziggler. Those were good. Dolph Ziggler sucks. He's still boring as fuck on the mic. It seems like he's already falling back into his "it should have been me" gimmick, I
couldn't stand that.
Zero patience for anymore. I hated it to begin with, but at this point, if he goes back to that, I am whole cloth out of this Dolph Ziggler feud. It's bad.
It basically sounds like we're not going to talk about Dolph Ziggler unless he actually does something exciting. So Dolph,
yeah,
it's up to you, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's up to you, bro. It's like,
ooh.
Oh,
it sucks too because he's very talented in the ring. It's just that his mic work, he seems completely bored.
Yeah, they're not giving him enough to do.
It's not just that they're not giving. He just doesn't give a fuck. There's no fucks to give. So you can't give the guy who doesn't give a fuck more heavy work to do, right? Because he won't do it.
Yeah.
So just keep giving them it should have been me. I deserve. Oh, me. It's like that's fun to watch for 3 years.
Jeez. And it has been that long, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez. That's terrible.
Oh yeah.
That's terrible. All right, moving forward. Nia Jax at Charlotte, bro. This was something I saw happening. I saw this coming. I'm surprised it took so long to get to it. But,
yeah, this is where she injured Charlotte, right?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, wow. Again, this is not a good streak that Nia is on.
No. Unless,
yeah.
do you think they could be using her in that role? Like, they're already injured and she's just like, well, Nia's already done it, so Nia did it to Becky.
I kind of thought in this one that it might be because they're playing it all like the NXT, like the backstage stuff attack with the slamming the lid of that like bin onto her arm, but they tend to do that when there's been an injury to try to give it a specific moment for the injury. So it could be in this case. I feel like normally there would be some word that it didn't happen, like that it wasn't Nia's fault if this wasn't legit, like a legit injury because of Nia. I feel like they would have, in kayfabe, they'd say that Nia injured her, but outside of it, they would get out that she didn't. So yeah, so far it seems like she did legitimately injure another wrestler, which is
that's Becky.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Not Io, but Kyrie.
Kyrie twice.
Fucking who else? There's someone else she did.
I feel like she injured Alexa at one point.
She gave Alexa a concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good, Nia. Like, you're my girl, you know what I mean? Holding it down for the Samoan legacy and all that shit. And like, I'll talk to Thili about it, but like, you're giving me less to work with.
The more it happens, the harder it is.
Bro, like for the last 3 weeks, I've been saying, nah, man, it's not Nia. Maybe this is the reason. Maybe that's the reason. And for the last 3 weeks, Nia's been injured.
With outlandish nonsense too, like completely unfounded stuff of like, well, maybe these girls were bitches who were backstage and she did it on purpose.
I was reaching. I was reaching.
That's what I'm saying. You came up with outlandish shit to try to defend her.
It's
like at some point you got to give that up, like.
Bro, not yet.
It can't be everybody else. like literally every other wrestler's fault that Nia is fucking battering bitches.
Yeah, man. Becky walked into that fist still.
Becky headbutted that girl.
She headbutted her. She tried to make out with that shit with her eye.
Yeah, she was making fun of Nia's fist or something.
Telling you, man. But realistically speaking, like,
madness.
Like, I'm sorry, my brother. Okay, I'm 6'3", 280. Let's call it. My brother's 6'5". I think like about 290, maybe 300 pounds. Maybe he's 260. He's anywhere between 265 and 300 pounds. I'm not gonna walk up to someone bigger than me, not expecting to get hurt. So I gotta take those precautions. I gotta take extra precautions, especially if I know she's already hurt 3 other women. I think they're using her for that role.
You are reaching.
It's like Randy Orton was the legend killer. They used him to put out people. That's what they're doing with Nia. Except they're not as legendary.
No. No. You have let the worlds of kayfabe and reality bleed together.
Yo, art imitates life, bro. Life imitates art.
No.
Yes, bro.
Cliches are not gonna work here.
All right.
Dog, sometimes it's just greener on the other side, dog. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes a child's laugh is all you need. What the fuck?
That's what it is. Out of the mouth of babes. Out of the mouth of babes.
Yeah, kids say the darndest things. What the fuck are you talking about?
We're talking about nuclear physics. What the?
Grown-ass woman.
Not, she is.
And she ain't saying shit. She's just...
Yo, bro, like I said, man, if they're not giving her the opportunity... You ever play Twisted Metal?
Yeah, I fear where this is going. I mean, sometimes Nia does come out looking like Sweet Tooth.
I was gonna say, you see what Dollface did in her segment of Twisted Metal?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's doing. I think it. That's got to be what it is. She's just taking out her competition, one by one.
I can't wait till she hurts. Our girl Naomi, and you just fucking full on be like, you know what? This bitch is unsafe and needs to be fired.
Yo, bro, because you know that'll be the day. That'll be the day.
You know that's the thing that'll make you see the reality of the situation.
That'll be the day.
She hurts Naomi, and that's the day I'll go. Maybe Naomi was being a real cunt backstage. Not
Naomi.
Made fun. Exactly what you'll say. That is exactly it. I knew that was what was going to come out.
Oh my gosh. Yo, listen, man. This is Tough Talk with Thili and Dablock. I ain't speaking no soft jive.
Racist.
I stand by my words. It's biased, actually. Thank you very much. I ain't got a problem with other cultures, just the way some of these motherfuckers think. Anyways, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, defeat the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, this was a really, really good match. Finally, they had a fucking match for the title inside the ring that didn't involve fucking bowling or any other games you can play completely drunk and still do the same at. Great match. It is long overdue, like way long overdue. But I was happy the Street Profits came out of it with the win, because I feel like they've lost to the Viking Raiders almost every other time in the ring.
A lot of the time, yeah. They didn't even win the titles from the Viking Raiders. They won it by proxy, didn't they? Off of Rollins and...
The Viking Raiders, when they got brought up, when they changed from War Machine or War Raiders, yeah, they changed. They vacated the NXT titles, and then that's when the Street Profits had a fatal 4-way with I feel like it was the Undisputed Era and like 2 other teams.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, potentially even Heavy Machinery.
Yeah. Tucky's back.
Tucky is back.
Bro, they are listening. They're listening.
Yeah, I was very happy to see Tucky back.
I'm telling you, someone's listening straight.
we discussed this 5 days ago. It's the Big Show.
Yeah. Did you see this week's Raw?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he teased heel turns, and then he went out and challenged. Yeah. It was weird.
We'll tell y'all next week. We'll tell y'all next week.
Yeah, exactly. Next week we'll talk about this week.
Back to last week. Back to last week. Raw Women's Champion Asuka defeats Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, this was a really, really good match. She beat her by submission, which was cool because it kind of was a mirror to their first match against each other, which was WrestleMania when Asuka's streak was broken. She hit her with the Asuka, was it the Asuka lock? Yeah, Asuka lock.
Yep.
And yeah, great work. It kind of set up more of an injury on Charlotte's leg, like it teased it out more. And then, we'll see it probably later. I think it'll probably get its own segment. But when Nia pounced again.
Okay. Before that, Akira Tozawa.
Excuse me. Sorry about
it's
that.
It's all good. Defeated R-Truth to become 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
They were having a regular title. They're going to have a regular match for the 24/7 title. Bobby Lashley came down, started beating the shit out of Ninjas, and then R-Truth. And then when he left, Kira revealed that he had been hiding underneath the ring for the whole time, avoiding the battle, and got on top of R-Truth, 1, 2, 3, new 24/7 40 8/7 I-95 South champion.
European.
European TV champion. Curious what that was.
Every time. Oh, jeez.
I love it. I love the I-95 South part. That's my favorite shit every time.
Where does the European part come from?
Exactly. Yeah, that was great stuff. Like, it was really funny. It would. We'll talk about what they did more with the 24/7 title next week.
Yes, sir. And then finally some shine.
There was a milestone reached.
Yeah. Finally some shine for our Canadian girl Natalya defeats Liv Morgan.
Yeah, with the help of what did I say last week was going to happen?
Lana was going to interfere and join up with Natalya. They'll probably interfere with some matches and give Natty some wins.
Anyone notice that they've been looking at each other lovingly? Like, this week, they, were staring into each other's eyes before Natalya went into the ring for, a minute.
I didn't book that.
Yeah.
But I'm not doubting it.
So, we will see. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Then, speaking of interesting, Big Show confronted Randy Orton and Ric Flair.
Yeah. I love it because this is kind of part of what I was asking for, which is the return of the Legend Killer. I think Randy is going to just, fucking demolish Big Show. I don't think it's going to be a squash match by any means, but I think it's going to be a very rough, hard match. And I think this might be Show's actual retirement match. Which would be really cool, because that would be classic Legend Killers to be able to feed him some legends, that actually retire. And then when Edge comes back, they can have their trilogy, their third match, and Edge can beat him to overcome the Legend Killer and have his, the rest of his feuds be what they want to be. I think this sets up a lot of really good stuff moving forward, having Big Show in this feud. This is a place where I'm like, thank you for having Big Show back now. Now I'm happy. I wasn't super happy with him facing Drew McIntyre because I thought that was a waste of a first title defense.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it was a good way to bring him back.
In the dark match that ended up being, just broadcast after. I don't know, it was weird. That whole thing was just weirdly done.
I don't know. I kind of like the fact that it was unexpected. I didn't, the way things went that night, I did not see Big Show coming out to fight for the title. Mind you, they could have put a good handful of superstars.
But it didn't. It didn't happen on the night.
On the set?
You didn't see it till the day after. Because it happened on Raw. They didn't show that during WrestleMania, the match with Big Show. So that's why I meant it was weird. It's such a weird thing
I think it continued on.
It didn't.
Shit.
It was a dark match for WrestleMania that they aired on Raw the next night.
I swear I saw it, but I could be wrong. And I'm a boy kid. So.
That is definitely what it was. I remember it because that's what was so fucking weird about it. It was it was a dark match that got broadcast the next night.
Like I said, it was interesting to me because I never expected Show to come back. But yeah, that's just how I saw it. Either way, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Sasha Banks and Bayley, aren't they known as the Golden Role Models?
I mean, I don't think anybody really wants to say that.
Yeah, probably not.
It's kind of a hammy name.
Like, even the role models.
Role models would be better.
Yeah.
Golden role models is way too much. Like,
it's corny. It's like Christian billionaire genius Kanye West.
Yeah, and I get.
Sorry, I had to say it. I said it at least, though. I said it at least. At least I said it.
Ye's new thing that's coming out is going to be crazy.
Of course. That's why I said it.
It's like Kanye and Dr. Dre, and it's coming soon.
Whoa.
Whole album. Like, what?
Whoa.
What?
That's serious. That's colossal.
There's a song came out today that's Kanye featuring Travis Scott.
Yep.
And it's mixed by Dr. Dre. And I'm like, oh, fire.
That sounds iconic.
Yeah, it is iconic. But not as iconic as the iconic. Because, yeah, they're the shit. I fucking love these girls.
Don't do it. I said, don't. Oh, she did it.
Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. They just continue to expose that Bailey is a real shitty friend to Sasha, which is hilarious. Like, how fucking far they're pushing this. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys. Like, do you think we might understand where you're going yet? Do you think we might have you may have hinted at this long enough? Because, like, holy shit, when the very beginning of the match is Sasha about to go to the corner, and Bailey just, like, going, no, and pushing her into the middle of the ring and then getting out before her. And it's like, like, how long is Sasha going to put up with this nonsense? So, yeah, that fight, when they feud, it better be fucking explosive for how long they've been teasing this goddamn feud.
Oh my goodness! And they're doing enough. It's like they let they cast the line, and they're just letting it reel out. Just letting it reel out, and then pulling it back in, and then letting it reel out, and then pulling it back in.
They are getting dangerously close to fizzling, though. Mm-hmm. Dangerously close to fizzling, because like we are at literally years of teasing this now.
Yep.
And it's like, at some point, if it doesn't go, then it's just, then nobody really cares.
It wasn't like Sammy and Kevin.
No. Like, and we've seen, you can, just because you pull the trigger on it, doesn't mean that it's, you can't pull the trigger on it again later. Because we've seen them pull the trigger on it 100,000 times, and every time it's amazing.
How many times did fucking Eddie, God rest his soul, flip on Chavo?
Ray.
Or Ray.
Chavo.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things where it seems like they've forgotten that with the Bailey and Sasha feud, that you can they've forgotten that you risk losing, you lose a little bit of the passion for it just by law of diminishing returns, right? The more you do the same thing over and over and over again, the less special it is. But if you don't pull the trigger quick enough, you get the same thing. So, they need to pull the trigger on this, and then you can revisit it as many times as you want afterwards. It's just you figure out clever ways to do it and interesting ways to do it. And when you've got two people who can wrestle as well as those two, they're going to make it worth watching every single time. Like, I guarantee when they're fighting, that feud is going to be one of the, feuds that gets the classic, fight forever chants going in it. Because they're going to have long matches, they're going to have brutal matches, and they're going to be 5-star matches.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that for a second. All right, speaking of a brutal match, we had Apollo Crews defeating Shelton Benjamin. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
This was a good one. It was quick though. It wasn't. This one was not full. Sorry, it tripped me up for a second. I was scrolling past the story and I saw the word Maven used in a sentence in it. And I was like, whoa. Did they just call one of these two guys Maven? That's racist. But they didn't. Maven ain't around no more.
his championship run so far. He's defending it weekly, and he is defending it well.
Yep.
So he looks impressive every single week, and I think this is going to be really good for him moving forward. Like as this continues, I think they'll see what a gem they have with him.
True. Well, here's turn of events. Rey and Dominic Mysterio, Aleister Black, and Humberto Carrillo fought off Seth Rollins and his disciples. Excuse me.
Yeah, they were about. What did you say? Sorry.
I said excuse me because I burped.
Oh, okay. They definitely they had it seem like Dominic was about to get his eye taken out like Rey, and then Black and Carrillo came in and jumped both Austin Theory and Murphy, and then they also kick the living shit out of Seth. This was a really good segment. This feud is still continuing to be really well done. I think all the stuff they're doing is good. I think Rollins is killing it on the stick right now. All of his crazy cult leader bullshit is really coming off as legitimate cult leader bullshit, which I like. He's back to wearing Becky's jacket. I like that. Listening.
See, I'm telling you, they're listening, bro. We should have left this on the Tyrell effect, but now it's like it's like the Thili tactics or something like that. The Thili tactic. That's what they're doing. They're using the Thili tactic.
Good. I like that. I like that term too. That's a good one. So this is a good segment. I think they're doing good shit leading up to it. At first, when I missed a part of this because I was out of the room, and when I came back in, I just saw Humberto Carrillo fighting off the disciples.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. I was like, maybe it is going to be Humberto who joins them. Like, that'd be crazy. And I don't know. I still think that's the one to do if we want to make Humberto cool. But I also think it just hurts more if you do Dominic. And I just finished The Last of Us 2, so I know a lot about how storytelling can hurt somebody. So they should have somebody at WWE play Last of Us 2 and be like, and write this, because if so, we'll get the most heartbreaking WWE shit we've ever gotten.
You heard the man. Get on it. This is live.
Play that shit, bitch.
I'm sitting here beside my WWE Universal Championship. Just because it kind of sets the right vibe, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm moving the hips. Oh, Techie. I got this going.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing the whole Big E with the licking of the lips. Just. Oh, man. As soon as WWE comes back to town, bro, we must go. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. For those of you who don't know, we got a couple of tracks here for y'all. Give you an idea of what's going on outside of just the Tough Talks with Thili and the Block. The year anniversary, so we thought we'd bring you something special. You know, we got a couple of tracks for you. But yes, we're going to get into the results for NXT for June 24th, my auntie's birthday, 2020. Now, is it just me, or does my dude look like he got a wicked haircut? Kind of looks like The Rock a little bit in this picture, but
Damien?
Damien Priest, yeah.
Yeah, I think they just cleaned up the shave on the sides of his head. It was always it was basically like that before.
Yeah.
But just wasn't as clean shaven on the sides.
So the long hair's still there. It's just Okay. Well,
yeah,
Cameron Grimes kind of whooped his ass anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I will say this: I liked Cameron Grimes a lot more before he started talking. My lord, is his accent atrocious.
I don't like the way he sounds.
No, his voice is god awful.
His mouth noises make me cringe.
Yeah, I specifically hate when he does that thing where his lips move and sound comes out. It's awful. It's fucking atrocious. I just lie down and take the pin the second he started talking at me. I'd be like, just fuck off. Like, finish it off and go. Take the dub and go. Take it and go.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like, no point in fucking dealing with that kind of nonsense in my life.
No mas.
Yeah, I like to the point where what I want to say is Damian Priest was awesome in this match, and I don't want to see Cameron Grimes on TV.
Oh wow.
he's got for me he's got Xbox heat.
What you got right here is a real wrestler. My name's Cameron Grimes. Like
oh my god,
my dude.
It's bad. It's real not good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That being said, Mr. Suavemente, NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar defeats Jake Atlas in a non-title match. Yeah, I called him Mr. Suavemente. Now y'all gonna call him Mr. Suavemente. Write that down.
Fucking yeah, Santos Escobar. Formerly known as El Fantasma.
El Hijo del Fantasma.
Yeah, that's it, El Hijo del Fantasma. He's revealed himself to be a full-some bitch, and the thing that absolutely nobody at all saw coming was that those masked men were actually his boys. But it's good shit still. Like, it was predictable, but it's really well done. I like his promos. I like his entrance. Like, the entrance they revealed for him, like, where he's not pretending to be somebody else now, is awesome. Like, it's so good. And I think him and Drake will have a fun feud.
Yeah, because Drake now looks like he's about the upright good and fighting for the honor of being a part of the roster kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. He's happy to have a new contract and to be employed, and yeah, it's awesome. I like the stories they're telling there.
It's working.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez defeat Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. Catanzaro looks like a lawn dart. No, that's Kaden Carter. No, that's Casey.
No, that's Casey.
That's Casey.
She is small.
Small.
Like, she's a real tiny chick.
Toy.
Yeah, and she's amazing. Like, her athleticism is insane. Her, like, the kind of acrobatic shit she can do.
Bro, if I could breathe as well as she does.
Exactly. Off the hook. My girl Raquel Gonzalez, dominant as usual. Just throwing Casey around. Also Caden. But yeah, great match. It was fun. Dakota Kai is still, for me, Dakota Kai still feels like she's Bailey Light to me.
Bailey Light, my dude says.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like,
you're getting the tough talks with Thili and Dablock right here on the 1 year anniversary. Oh my gosh.
Instead of 6%, 500 calories, she's like 2%, 250 calories. Like, she's just there's no substance to any of it. She's just a chicken shit.
Diet Bailey.
And when Bailey was a good guy, she was a good guy. When Bailey was the hugger, she was going around hugging people and being all smiley and stuff. Then Bailey turned heel, and she turned heel like a week and a half later. And is doing the same thing as Bailey's doing now, but just not as well and not nearly with as much charisma. So she's whatever Dakota Kai does, like, moving forward, she's gotta change some stuff to get interest, like, because I don't know anybody who's like, man, Dakota Kai is doing some cool shit right now. Like, nobody's saying it, unfortunately, because there's just not been anything interesting out of her.
Wow. Tell them how you really feel, Thili.
Yo, dog.
Like, damn.
Like I like Dakota. She's talented in ring and everything.
Yeah, she's got charisma.
She's got to make her own style. Like she can't live off being similar to Bayley.
You're saying she's got to pull a Rhea.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing Rhea did when she was being compared to Charlotte. Yep. Reinvent.
All right. Speaking of reinvention, Karrion Kross.
No Killer.
Yeah, I know. Well, we ain't got no contracts to abide by. So Killer Kross defeats Bronson Reed.
Yeah, so this was kind of what I expected, which was Bronson didn't get to have a good match out of it, but he got to have the best showing anyone's had, quickly, sort of thing. He's done the most significant dropping Killer Kross off of his feet than anybody really has gotten to. But he also he still did get demolished. It was a quick match. It was maybe 3 minutes.
Looks like he ate it still.
Yeah, he got thrown into the cross jacket and tapped out. So, it was what it had to be. 'Cause like I said last week, you can't have somebody be competitive against Killer Kross yet. You can't. He's been too dominant against top guys immediately. That if you then have him against somebody who's mid card or lower, even if he is a resident sick boy, he can't struggle with that person. He's got to smash them.
Speaking of smashing, and we were just speaking of it earlier, Rhea Ripley defeats Aaliyah.
Sixth. Aaliyah is killing it. So there's a backstage segment where Robert Stone tried to give Rhea Ripley a second chance to sign on to the Robert Stone brand. It was hilarious because Robert Stone was like, listen, when you threw me into the garbage, it hurt my body, but it also hurt my heart, Rhea. It broke my heart. Do you understand? And then he's like, but I realized that I needed that. I needed that to move on. Now, I want to tell you that Aaliyah is signed with the Robert Stone brand, and you just hear Rhea going, yeah, good for her. Who gives a fuck? Go away. And he goes, so I want to give you one more chance to sign on. He's like, so this train, this train is pulling out of the station. I just wanted to give you a chance to hop on. Choo, choo.
No.
Doing that. And she picks him up and throws him back in the garbage again immediately.
Oh my goodness.
Aaliyah comes out, is all pissed, slaps Rhea in the face, and then Rhea goes, well, you just got a one-way ticket into my ring. And then proceeded to beat the living shit out of her for 3 minutes.
Oh, man.
They had a 3-minute match. I checked the timer when I did it because I was like, oh, that was quick.
Oh wow.
She took her out. But I think Rhea Ripley should sign with the Robert Stone brand.
I think Robert Stone reminds me of Steven Richards.
Yeah. Right to censor, baby.
Right to censor. Oh man, those are some days.
You know what I'm saying? But I think he does such a good job as this sleazy motherfucker, and I think Rhea Ripley could do an amazing heel turn right now, and just be absolutely killing it. I think having Robert Stone as her mouthpiece, who always just talks too much, and she shuts him up and says what she really wants to say, would be a great dynamic. The reason everyone's and everyone kind of gives you a reason where everyone's like, why does she even have him as her manager then? And it's because he's getting her matches and getting her things, but she also still gets fucking annoyed with how annoying he is, because that keeps her as the intense badass that she already portrays so well. But yeah, I think she would kill it on a heel turn right now.
See how that goes. See how that goes. Now remember, it wasn't that way before we said what we have to say. So if it all of a sudden goes that way, it's probably because of something that we had to say. That's all I'm saying.
tactics.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what they're writing. We are just telling them what we think they should write. And, you know, if it just so happens to happen, well, that's Thili tactics and the Terrell effect.
Hey, I avoid all the backstage stuff since we started this podcast. Like, I don't read the dirt sheets or anything as much anymore. Because I want to be able to theorize and, like, you know, have it be non-influenced by what people are saying is going to happen backstage. And it's more fun that way. It just is more fun that way. Like, I used to love reading all the dirt sheets and being like, oh, what are they planning with this? But it's so much better when you can be surprised sometimes still.
Yeah. Like that Undertaker retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who would have thought that that's how he would have retired?
Yeah, with a documentary.
You know what I mean? Legend.
Awesome. God damn it. Thank you, Mark Calloway.
Mark Calloway, the man. I refer to you in a couple of my tracks still. You
God,
know what?
God of all the marks.
In this track I'm about to play called Road to WrestleMania, that's available on all streaming platforms, like, I refer to The Undertaker. I even do a voice. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
it's whatever. But, let's wrap this up for this show, or for this NXT, by talking about the NXT North American Champion, Keith Lee.
You skipped Dexter Lumis.
Oh, damn. I skipped it. My bad. Dexter Lumis defeats what's his the doctor of backbreaking? No.
Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong, yeah. Like, so many ways, he knows so many different ways to drop a backbreaker. I watched one match and there was at least 12 different ways that I saw him use, eh?
Oh yeah. No, he is the definition of ring general, mat technician.
Yeah.
He's so good. This is a great match. It was fun. They did a whole thing beforehand of Roddy trying to get over his fear of the trunk that he was stuffed in by Dexter. Then he kind of broke down during the match and ran away. Then he got counted out.
Wow.
Only person left at ringside was Bobby Fish, who was like, throwing his hands up like, what the fuck, man? Come on. Get back here. And he turns around and Dexter Lumis is just staring at him. He's like, runs away.
Nah.
So that was really fun. Dexter Lumis kills me. Like, I fucking love Dexter Lumis. I love the fact that he's also kind of like, for lack of a better term, he's kind of courting the Velveteen Dream. Like, remember last week, or the week before, I guess, he had the, Velveteen was having that interview with Todd Phillips on NXT, like, via satellite. And while he's having the interview with him, you just see Dexter Lumis' head pop up over Velveteen's shoulder, like, behind him. And he just slips a piece of paper next to Velveteen Dream without him noticing, and fucking pulls his hand back and drops down behind the bed, or behind the couch. And then all of a sudden, Velveteen Dream looks down, sees it, pulls it up, and goes, and it's like a almost kid-like drawing of Dexter and Velveteen holding the NXT Tag Team title. Like, holding hands and, like, holding the titles around their waist. And they're just smiling. They're both like two happy fucking Dexter Lumis and fucking Dream holding the titles. And it looks like a kid, like, picture of, like, his family, or, like, what a kid draws of, like, me and my boyfriend or me and my girlfriend, like, under a rainbow and fucking happy shit under. Like, it looks like innocent child, like, drawings and stuff, and it's so fucking good. And Velveteen looks at it and goes, this is a misunderstanding. Like, he's immediate, like, whoa, chill the fuck out.
You gotta pull out, hold out.
He's like, hold up, I am a solo act, and it was good shit. Like, that was played out so well. I love the idea of that story of, like, Dexter is obsessed with hurting the Undisputed Era, but because of the Velveteen Dream helping him and him helping Velveteen Dream out a couple times during that feud, he sees Velveteen Dream as, like, oh, this is my best friend. Like, this is my soulmate. Oh, like, he just looks at me, he's like, friend? like arms stretched out for a hug, like, friend, accept me, like,
Wow.
It's so good. I love that shit. I think they're absolutely killing that story.
Man, NXT seems to be, like, of the three, I'm surprised that they're, like, who has the highest ratings out of the three where it comes to NXT, Raw, and SmackDown?
I'm sure it's Raw.
Still?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's probably Raw. It might, maybe SmackDown because it's on Fox, but I still think it's probably Raw overall.
Okay. Man, like, these guys got ragdolled by
Oh, yeah.
the NXT North American champion, Keith Lee, who defeated Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. So Lee will face the NXT champion, Adam Cole, in a winner-take-all match on July 8th.
Yes, that's going to be fucking crazy. I love the faces on Gargano and Balor in the screenshot on WWE.com.
He's like, oh my
They're
God.
both like, fuck. Yeah, there's so much that could be said about this match. This is one of those ones, though, where I just have to say watch it. Like, anybody who hasn't seen this match, go see this match. Find it online, wherever. Because it is so fucking good. Keith Lee, Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano were all, like, top of their game. Finn Balor is a complete beast since he's been back on NXT. Keith Lee just was glorious as usual. Like, just basking in that motherfucker's glory all day. Too good. And him versus Adam Cole, Bay, is going to be fucking great. Very interested to see how that match goes, because like we talked about, we have to assume that the winner or the loser of that match will be going to Raw or SmackDown.
Most likely.
Like, yeah. So we'll see. I like it though.
Speaking of crosses, which we really weren't, but we were earlier. But anyways, getting back to Friday Night SmackDown from June 26, 2020, we got
Yep.
Nikki Cross defeats Lacey Evans, Dana Brooke, and Alexa Bliss in a fatal four-way match.
Yeah, I just want to point out too, if anybody's listening that didn't watch SmackDown, this is going to seem like we don't have much to say about this episode of SmackDown. The reason for that is, I'd say at least half of the show was taken up by
The Boneyard match.
the Boneyard match, but also just clips of The Undertaker's career and people talking about him. So the majority of this show was not dedicated to, like, furthering feuds or anything like that. But yeah, we had the Fatal 4-Way match. Nikki Cross won. She will be going on to face Bayley at Extreme Rules.
Horror
Yeah.
show.
The horror show.
The horror show.
Very weird that that's the horror show is the July pay-per-view,
I don't know why they would do that.
not the October.
You know what I
pay-per-view.
mean? It's like, well, they're going to expect it then.
I mean, like, and that, as much as I like subversion of expectation, there's also times where you're just doing it to be different or to be an asshole. And I feel like there's two options here. They're either doing that, where they are being just, pointlessly off of the calendar on purpose, or they're just not even considering that there is a whole month dedicated to horror every single fucking year that would accept this pay-per-view is huge.
Let's do something different.
Not to mention, they own the rights to Halloween Havoc still.
Maybe that's what they're going to do then.
Well, wouldn't that then be the horror show? You know what I mean?
I hear you. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know why they didn't introduce the Wyatts
Yeah.
around Halloween. The wife and Jared and I talked about that.
It's weird. They're very strange with it. But But yeah, I mean, Nikki versus Bayley will be very fun. I'm wondering if we're going to be getting Alexa going heel again anytime soon. But I don't think that Alexa will go heel until after Bayley or Sasha, whichever one they goes face, has gone face.
Okay.
Just to kind of to stop it from getting, overwhelmingly
Heel heavy?
heel. Yeah, exactly. Because there's quite a few.
I hear you. All right, and then we got the New Day.
New Day?
And the Lucha House Party. I don't know why I didn't like that. Defeat The Miz, John Morrison, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro.
Yeah, this is a real good match. Miz and John Morrison were, very funny as they have been lately. They are doing comedy wrestling in some spaces that's different than most people do comedy wrestling, and they do it very well. John Morrison still killing it with the parkour shit. That motherfucker's splits and twists are just
legend, epic.
Like I don't fucking understand how he's so good at that shit sometimes. Sometimes he just moves in a way where it's like, oh, whoa. Like, that looked like a fucking video game, dude. Like, how did you do that with, like, you don't have wires or nothing?
Yeah, no. Starship Pain, bro. That thing is
impressive every time, and it's perfect every time. He never misses it. And it's so fucked up. Lucha House Parties, it's cool to see him around. I don't understand. They've got a really weird position, it feels like, within WWE, Like, they just kind of pull them out every once in a while when they need an extra couple guys.
Like a filler.
Exactly. Like, they very rarely get any sort of, like, straight up tag matches or victories, I guess.
Yikes.
Like, on their own.
Which counts as one, but...
This counts as one, but I mean victories on their own. Like I said, in regular tag matches or stuff like that, they're usually brought out to get the shit kicked out of them by some monster. So this is good stuff. Everybody did their thing in this match. Lindsay Dorado and Gran Metalik are they're just like Morrison. Fucking insane sometimes with the shit they do. It's like
there's someone who might be listening too. Lindsay Dorado added me on Twitter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, shout out Lindsay Dorado.
Shout out Lindsay, man.
I am a huge fan. Like I think the shit they do is fucking spectacular.
Madness.
I wish they got to do more shit with like story and like with character development and title stuff like single stuff that puts the spotlight on them rather than just having them as like a flourish to other stuff. Because like I've said it since we started this. Lindsay Dorado and Gran Metalik are fucking savages. Like the shit they do trips me out regularly. I'll be like, how the fuck does he do that? Especially with the thing with Gran Metalik that trips me out is he's not like most of the other high flying luchadors where he's like small.
Yeah, no.
He's a big boy.
He's like, isn't he like 6 foot?
He's something like that, but he's also just not like a twig or nothing. Like he is, he's got weight to him. That dude kills it. Like he flies off of shit. It's like, how is that guy moving like that?
Yeah. But
like,
then again, with Ivar being able to do what he does,
that's what I mean. Like there's bigger guys that can do stuff similar, but he does it just like the smaller guys. Just like like sized up a bit, and it's impressive as fuck to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
Last one.
What else do we got? We got Jeff Hardy in the honor of The Undertaker defeats King Corbin.
Yeah. King Corbin came out and talked shit and challenged The Undertaker to a match, despite The Undertaker having just retired. And then Jeff Hardy said, well, I'm going to fight for The Undertaker's honor. And then they had a fairly lengthy match. Like, I think their match went, like, maybe 10 minutes, which for this episode was very lengthy. And Jeff Hardy hit him with the swanton at the end. It was, as Jeff calls it, it was one of the croutons because he crushed him. And it was, it was a stiff swanton bomb, but that got the 3 count. Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a decent match. Is the feud between Jeff and Sheamus like over or something? Like, I'm confused.
I don't know.
Or no. Is this week Sheamus is supposed to toast Jeff Hardy, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's this week. So yeah, that's still going. But yeah, we'll see where they go with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still here. All right. So, that was WWE in the sense of Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. What else we got?
Not too much. There's we'll talk about the next UFC event next weekend or next episode, because that'll be right before the next pay-per-view, and the next pay-per-view has 3 title fights on it.
Okay. Do we tell them now?
Sorry. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, so.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, because here at Tough Talks with Thili and the Block, we like to, talk about combat sports. We figure what better way to talk about it than find ourselves some people that are actually directly involved with combat sports. That being said, we have the courtesy of hosting one of Niagara's own independent athletes in the sense of sports combat, and his name is Showtime, Red Shaw.
Yes. He's a indie pro wrestler around our area.
Yes.
And it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to talk to him. We'll talk to him about the indie scene here. When they're gonna be coming back, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll try to get into a lot of the as much of the what goes on to it at the indie level as possible, which would be fun.
Yeah.
And what he thinks about what he thinks about WWE product nowadays. I'm interested to hear how he feels about WWE versus AEW and NXT and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be very fun. Very fun.
Definitely. All right. Well, speaking of other things that we have in the mix, we got a couple tracks for you. One called Heavyweight by Jared Adams. I have a vision for this track. Similar to, one that I have for my own, but because I've already released the track, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video. I have an idea for a video, and if I can do it in the next 2 to 3 weeks, then definitely, but if it takes longer than that, I think the window's kind of closed, but we'll see how it goes. So, and Road to WrestleMania by yours truly, The Black. So, we're going to close out playing those, and thank y'all for taking the time to listen to Tough Talks.
Yeah.
We'll be back to shut it down in a second.
Yes.
Take the punch, let it out. Feel your face hit the ground. Hear the crowd calling out. Lay your face on the ground. This heavy weight is bringing me down. This heavy weight is bringing me down. last chances come and gone. Feel the weight of the world crushing you to the ground. This heavy weight is bringing me down. This heavy weight is bringing me down. This heavy weight is bringing me down. This heavy weight is bringing me
Expose the norm. Right, we're closing this down. Wyfager on the boards. Shout outs to Blanco Billions. Thili on the phone. There is no holding back. I'm out on the attack. I need to make some stacks. I'm going for the strap. Yeah, yeah. This is the road to WrestleMania. I'm money in the bank. This is like a takeover. Up in your house like a renegade soldier. The backlash could mean that the break's over. Extreme rules are about to take over. Some stunners jam like we at SummerSlam. Getting to a title is the base of my plan. The time it takes to train, absorbing all the pain, going against the grain, achieve what I maintain. I'm kinda tricky, comma Bobby the Brain. He can like He-Man implement the plan. Truly do the mansion like Fuji. You may hear a bun side and be the wearer of booty. Time to change the evolution unruly. There is no holding back. I'm out on the attack. I need to make some stacks. I'm going for the strap, yeah, yeah. This is the road to WrestleMania. I know there is no holding back. I'm out on the attack. I need to make some stacks. I'm going for the strap, yeah, yeah. This is the road to WrestleMania. The tide has turned. There is now a clash of champions, but Hell in a Cell is about to unleash its wrath again. I'm telling you all, if I ever take over, I'll possess the crown jewel. Superstars far and over. Could you survive a series of strikes like this? Similar to Alexa, I'm living in bliss. If you are top tier, no, I'm not here to reminisce. Lace up your boots and get ready to kiss the fist. Block will get the table. Set a ladder and chairs. Never mind the fable. We take over the chairs. Top rope, no, we're stable. Showing no fear on Royal Rumble. Really ready. Wild whispers reared. Fully in a fast lane. Dodging impending danger. Enter one by one. Elimination chamber. I'll still come out on top. Number one contender. I can make you famous. Quote the Undertaker. This Hall of Heat, you feel the flame. Put your name in the Hall of Pain. KYD style, how I rock the chain. Take over the Hall of Fame. There is no fear, fighting for the title. WrestleMania's here. There is no holding back. I'm out on the attack. I need to make some stacks. I'm going for the strap, yeah, yeah. This is the road to WrestleMania. I know there is no holding back. I'm out on the attack. I need to make some stacks. I'm going for the strap, yeah, yeah. This is the road to WrestleMania. It is what it is, and it is what it'll be. You know where to tune for the 1, 2, 3.
Ding, ding, ding.